So, I've never taken anyone up here, never taken a video up here either. So, this is my sacred space. Got my altar, my crystals, my tarot cards. My husband Kevin and I, we live in an RV with our bird Boo, and this is where we've lived for almost a year now. Our first year of marriage, and we met last year in Springdale, Washington, and I was on my awakening journey, and I had just been really screwed over in a very dangerous, life-threatening situation where I was out in Oklahoma with dark entities preying on my energy, and they were some venomous vampires out there. And I met a woman who was a homesteader on Twitter, X, and she had some land in Washington, so she seemed strongly connected to my energy, and I felt like it must have been for a reason, and that I connected with her. And then some horrible stuff went down in Oklahoma where I was in a bad situation. So I came out to Washington, and that's where I met Kevin. That woman turned out to have a lot of unhealed issues and things that she needed to work through, so we didn't really hit it off. But I did meet my husband there. And Kevin and I haven't had an easy first year of marriage. Obviously, we were in a situation to where we were someplace, and the circumstances of me being there were not ideal, and that I was trying to find my soul family land and place, but I kept running into evil things along the way and evil people, and I realized that I could not live on someone else's land and under someone else's rules, and that this system is very parasitic on people and on their energy. So to have a sovereign, awakened queen, she is a vibrational frequency that is adding to this world. She's adding to the community. Everywhere we go, we uplift and elevate and help people. That's just who we are. We can't help it. But in this world, they want you to be doing slave labor and narcissists are very predatory on our energy, not just in the physical, but in the spiritual. And since I awakened and I found God, I knew that I absolutely could not ever be in alignment with a narcissist again. Because I know that my energy is sacred. It is delicious. And that's why my whole life has been full of, many out there trying to steal my energy or to benefit from my divine presence without giving back to me. They're bloodthirsty parasites. They only want to feed off of our energy. They don't feed back. Knowing all these things, and I don't want that, going through a really, really, really fast spiritual awakening that was like 0 to 100, total 180, I didn't see it coming, though I should have. But spirit, my ancestors, my guides, my angels, they've been with me my whole life. They've been with me through everything. And once it was go time, it was go time. They did not hold back. I thought I was being haunted. They did everything to break through and to get my attention and to get me to wake up and do this. So we're doing it, and God is guiding us in it, and we are just surrendering to what's unfolding. We're surrendering to God's highest plan, whatever that may be. I'm not trying to control or steer things any one direction, but I can tell you what I perceive as clues that God has given me. But I can't speak for others. I can't speak for all. I can only just open myself and surrender to what I know or what I see. And that should be true for everyone. I'm here to be of assistance. I'm here to help humanity to ascend. And the best way I can do that is to maintain a high vibrational frequency myself, to maintain a high level of healing myself. And by doing so, I'm upholding a frequency for all those to rise to and elevate to. And if you are to step to me, then you must rise. My energy is finely tuned. I have worked deep healing with God to get these powers. And anyone who's coming at me through ego or trying to lower me is not appreciating the sacred energy that I bring. Is that my presence is a privilege, not an obligation. I reserve the right to take back my energy at any time if I don't like who is coming to me or how they are coming to me. We are finely tuned and we are spiritually protected by our ancestors, by the Most High, by our angels, by the whole universe. We're not here to be feeding parasites of the old world. We are here to feed God's highest plan, the liberation of humanity, the shift into total sovereignty and oneness with Source. I've had to be very careful of who I align my energies with, especially since Oklahoma. And though I enjoy meeting people and talking to them and having friends, I realize that not everyone has been where I've been, and not everyone is on the same journey or this far along in their ascension. We are all getting to where we need to go in divine timing, and God's in total control of that. We don't have to worry or fret about it. The lessons that we go through along the way, it's part of it. It's part of our divine alchemy and everything that we're giving to God. And there's no race or time limit on it, as long as we are doing the work. But we have to acknowledge that different levels of consciousness exist. We have to understand that our true nature is that we are multidimensional beings. We are not limited to the physical world. In fact, everything is spiritual. Spirit is constantly moving, constantly feeling, constantly expanding. And the physical is spirit in its most dense form. It is low vibrational. It is, we're just vessels for spirit. And we are part of something that's so much bigger than what we can perceive in the physical world. We are not alone in this universe. We are infinitely loved and blessed. It's such a blessing to know God and to be free. So we know that the most important part is within. That's where freedom comes from. It's an alchemy that we have to break through and free ourselves from all limited thoughts, beliefs, patterns of the past, of limited mindsets that we've outgrown. And that we are truly free with God. And that is something that can't be faked. It can't be replicated. It can't be our power is known. And the moment that we walk outside, the trees, the birds, the bees, the butterflies, they instantly get happy that we're coming out, that we're going out to shine and bless the day. We are light in this world. And the light exposes all. The light exposes everything. The shadows and the darkness, the demons that people try to conceal. We can see through it, and we expose it. And bring up that shadow so that you can heal it. We are powerful activators. And it's a gift, but it's hard when you're a chosen one and you trigger people. It's like it makes you not want to give your energy, to give your blessings, because people shit on you for it. It makes you want to just take back your energy and cut those people off and keep, we've got to find our tribes. Energetically, if you are high vibrational and you are royalty with the Most High, and it's, as long as there's demons in this world and people aren't healing and they are portals to hold these demons, we're a rarity among humans. So it is important and imperative and vital that we are safe in this world. That we are able to be high vibrational without being attacked or having some jealous, envious person to attack us because they have healing to do. We've suffered enough. We've suffered more than our share, and we've healed more than our share of hurts for the human collective. And we know that humanity's still awakening, and that not everyone's ready to perceive the spiritual warfare and the warrior souls that we are to have battled it and won. But we did win the battle, and this is a battle within and externally as well. That spiritual warfare has been happening behind the veil this whole time, and that those who are high vibrational and have a higher calling in this world, who came here on a divine mission, we've been targeted. They've done everything they could to try to silence us and to keep us in the dark, to keep us from being seen. They spray stuff in the sky to try to cover up the sun. They hate the light. And we are the light warriors. We are the light of God in human form. So we've not had normal lives. And it can never be normal. But we are so full of love, and we just know that things are about to get so good for all life, all souls on earth. The animals too, they have suffered. Under us, all souls, the children, the animals, us, we have all suffered in 3D. But we don't have to stay in 3D. In fact, we're here to rise, to be our multidimensional selves, to vibrate high and to live in our truth and our sovereignty as souls. And I pulled some cards recently that were really perfect. Got the Ace of Pentacles. And this is the beginning, but we are fertile. We are ready to plant seeds and to grow them and to nurture them and love them. And we're ready to have our garden and to thrive. This one fell out of the deck. Actually, they all did. The Fortune, represented by Goddess Lakshmi. And my cards were up here in my goddess platform, and they fell down, and that landed like face up on the floor. I knew it was a message from the universe. So I receive and I accept, and thank you. The sun, represented by the three goddesses of the Zora. And that's the happiest card in the deck. And that's love and fertility and nourishment. Vitality, masculine energy. I was thinking about pulling some cards for you, but I may do that in a later video. I'll show you my chakra crystals. That's the root chakra, represented by jasper. It's a really good, powerful stone for grounding. Tiger's eye for sacral chakra. Citrine for solar plexus chakra. Green adventurine for heart chakra. Lapis for throat chakra. Amethyst for third eye chakra. Rose quartz for crown chakra. And I was just on the roof sunbathing and meditating, and did some writing too. Talking to God, getting messages about soul mission and about keeping my energy protected from those in this world who try to poke holes in you. As they see you're awakened, they see you are a spiritual powerhouse, and they for whatever reason try to siphon and make you bleed, poke holes in you. The more powerful we become, the more we become aware of the enemy and how diabolical they are. So as we're going about our lives, giving our lives and our hearts to our highest soul mission, and being high vibrational priestesses, empresses for the earth, we're being attacked in the 3D by these entities. You know, they really think that they can stop what God is doing, and they can't. But it gets exhausting living in a world that thinks that it can. It gets exhausting that I go to the gym, and you know, it's like I'm most everyone there is super friendly and a beautiful soul, and that I enjoy talking to and getting to know. But you know, there's always that one person, you know, that you know is not really a friend, and they say things sideways to you, and it's, you know, there's many different types of entities in this world. And really, I don't feel like I need to give my energy to everyone. You know, when people show me who they are, I mind my energy, and you know, I try not to allocate them my energy, because I know that they're not for me. You know, their energy is inverted, so I'm not going to feed them. And you know, I have to be crystal clear, very perfect about how I spend my energy, because I am channeling for God. I am channeling for Source. I am very, very protected in spirit realm. And I can feel the protection. I can feel that built-in security system in all my chakras. My nervous system feels it. So I'm a spiritually evolved woman who has worked great healing. I have deep emotional intelligence, and I've awakened to my true calling with God, my purpose for incarnating here. And I have developed a deep connection and bond with my guides, my spirit guides, with my angels, to help me be my highest self, and to be able to give my energy to being a healer for Earth, for humanity. And the truth of that is that not everyone deserves access to my energy. In fact, most do not. And I have put up fights with my spirit team, who was doing everything to protect me. And I have been like, no, let's give so-and-so the benefit of the doubt. I made a grave mistake there. In fact, I should always listen to my spirit team the first time that they warn me about someone. I have such a massive heart, and that's one of the things about having a huge heart, is that you open yourself to having your heart broken. But you know, love will make you immortal. Love is immortal. And heartbreak can only break you open. So, you know, it all makes sense when you understand the great alchemy of it all. It's that I was meant to hurt a lot and to heal a lot in this incarnation, so that I could be infinity, so that I could break through my highest self. I'll show you my altar. Well, I've got a few crystals from different times in my life. So I don't know if the video really shows it too well, but yeah, it's my altar. I want to do more on Patreon, and I want to build a community over there. I realize that a couple people have subscribed, and I think that's great, but you know, I want to be doing it on the land too. I don't want to just be on Patreon. And that's the thing, is I have to be extremely purposeful with my intentions and where I give my energy on a consistent basis. And where I really need to be is rooted in my own home, my own sanctuary, my own land, my own soul family community. I've been homeless in an RV for almost a year. I've been homeless since 2011 or 2021. Anyway, but still, it's a long time. And in fact, I've never had a home. So the reason we're doing this, and Kevin and I, is, you know, he's working at Amazon, and we're living in this motorhome, so we can save land, save money to buy land, and to create Infinity Rising, healing sanctuaries for God's chosen ones to hang out and heal and just be high vibrational, to live in honor and celebration of the Most High every moment of every day. That if we are all aligned to God and we are all shining our rainbows, we will be an advanced community. We will completely change the world, starting, you know, from home. So I do feel that. I feel a lot of pulls towards home, towards having land, to growing my family, growing my new earth sanctuary. And I'm not just trying to do this for myself or to have a home just for me. I am here trying to build something for everybody. And I need help in that. I am very powerful with God and with my spirit team, but I have big visions, big dreams, big manifestations, things that really need to be done in this world. And I trust God's timing, and I know that everything, if I've been waiting on these blessings to happen, it's still because for a higher reason. But I'm so ready. This has been my dream forever. My whole ancestors are ready to return to the garden and to birth the free world. This divine timing has reached its cycle, and I am ripe. I am ready to plant myself and to grow something that will be a safe place for God's people in this world, a place for true light workers, light warriors to be who God intended them to be. And in order to maintain a sanctuary, it is God. We need God, the light, and we need those who embody it. We need to bring together 144. We need to bring together the light warriors and rainbow warriors for New Earth. This is all coming back to us building it, as we've come so far on our spiritual journeys, and now we have to create the free world where we can live in harmony with Mother Earth and ecosystems that nourish us and heal her soul. No more greed, no more parasitic behavior. We are all living in a softer place in our hearts, where we care about our home, ourselves, our energy, our garden, and that it's an honor to serve our communities and to serve our tribes and to do the work and connect with Source. That is priority number one. And it's a pleasure at that. It's a pleasure to listen to God and to be plugged in. And we all deserve it. We can all have that. So, God's had me go through a lot of things that I didn't want to do, because I didn't really want to be someone who, money really to me is not something that I respect to have true power over, me at all. Like, it doesn't, and it never has. I do not sell my soul. It's priceless. My energy is priceless. And, I couldn't go back to working for a narcissist or a parasite for, minimum wage or, you know, any price really. I'm not for sale. And, you know, I didn't want to be on the business aspect of life or anything, but it's funny how God has cycled all these things through back for me to face, and that I can't run from it, and I have a divine responsibility on this earth as someone who's awakened, who's very powerful and blessed, and I have gifts and angels with me. We need to manifest some resources in this life. We need to manifest money, or, you know, whatever the currency is that will manifest for God's people. But, you know, the way things have been done on this earth are backwards, and we know that, and we've got to try something different. 144 Rainbow Warriors, we came here to do it. And, you know, we can't be hindered by the Matrix anymore. We can't be hindered by limited constructs of a slave world that our souls don't belong in that cage. So we're manifesting abundance. We're manifesting freedom. It all comes back. You know, I couldn't... It's all full circle from, you know, the entire infinity, all past, present, future, coming back into the present, into the now. So, you know, this has got to be birthed. If it just stays inside of me, it'll kill me. Like, I have been carrying a massive weight, having these visions and dreams that, you know, they need to manifest. They need to come out. And I feel this pressure, like the dam's gonna burst. It's gonna burst. And blessings are gonna pour out everywhere. So whatever is gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And we're so ready. We're so ready for whatever it is. But we're ready. We are our highest selves, and we need to really align ourselves to our highest timeline fully. And, you know, a year in an RV has been, you know, it's been a real test, but it's our first year of marriage, me and Kevin, and, you know, we still love each other. It's not perfect, but we still love each other, and we know that the Matrix has been in our lives, and, you know, that we're still in a frequency of love for each other. That means a lot. That means that, okay, you know, I think we passed the test, and now we're ready to have our land again. That's where we met. We know that we're compatible. We know that we enjoy nature and gardening and loving Mother Earth together. That's truly who we are, and that's what God has intended us for. So, we could use some help building it. You know, this isn't just for us. This is to help others. This is to help humanity. a sanctuary needs to be a sanctuary, so we can't have just everybody, you know, in their demons inside. But we will be bringing in the best of the best and doing active videos and vlogging and, you know, healing sessions that go live on the internet that will be truly transformative with chosen ones united. This is powerful, epically big, miraculous healing that we're working through the Most High. You know, we want to have birds in our sanctuary, peacocks, happy animals, and you know, bird feeders, fountains, crystal sanctuaries, and fairy altars. We want to go back to a more natural way of life. We want to go back to a more natural way of living, and, you know, being high vibrational in our food. I've been vegan for almost 20 years now, and you know, we can always do raw vegan and be even higher vibrational and do more. And I love to cook. I love to feed others, and I love to, you know, not all the time, not by obligation, but I love to put love into what I do. I love to cook with love and to share and to be, you know, a mother soul. I am a mother soul. So, you know, I think that through the blessings and the love that I am giving in Infinity Rising and our healing mission, and that we're bringing in and making a ritual of every moment, that every moment is sacred, every moment that we're together as our highest selves is a blessing. We're seeing the full picture here in multiple dimensions. We're not just here in the 3D thinking, okay, we need land, and, you know, but we are. But we're also so much more. I have been, you know, I have drawn some of these ideas and drafted them with my husband. And, you know, what our sanctuary will look like. We definitely want greenhouse in the center of it. Trees. Yeah. We want a star for all the elements: earth, water, fire, air, spirit. We want to have flowing water, fire, elemental feng shui is what I call it, is incorporating all the elements into our home. We'll have yoga area, altar, apothecary. We'll have swings and hammock swings. Plants. We'll have a room just for a Gaia room with windows everywhere. Stained glass ceilings that we'll make ourselves. We drafted some other blueprints too of our land and where we will put our soul family community tree houses, and, you know, we'll have community kitchen, like probably community shower, outdoor shower, where you can be blessed by the birds and have your own little safe spot too. So, we've got so many ideas, and we've got so much that we're excited to do. We've been saving seeds, and we've got a lot to plant, and we've got a lot of love to give to make this happen. And our garden is already thriving with God. It's just it's going to manifest in the physical too, and we're so deserving of it, both of us. Kevin is a wonderful man, and I'm grateful to him. He works so hard for us, and I really want to be able to retire my husband. I really want for us both to be able to disappear into our land and vibrate back to total sanctuary with Source and Gaia. We are such a good team, him and I. And I am very much in the spiritual, because that's my work. That as a divine feminine, that is where I am being called. And he does a lot of the work in the physical. That's how the masculine and feminine are created, to have this energy together. But I am also working too. I'm just working in the long game, the long picture, the big overall divine master plan of things, that I know that energetically I'm carrying more than just my life. I'm carrying the future with me. And I'm carrying the past as well. I am a living embodiment of all past, present, and future. The entire infinity. So, now we're a great team. I don't talk about twin flames too much. Not because I don't have thoughts on it, I do. But, I don't think that Kevin is my twin flame. And I think that's okay. I don't think that everybody stays with their twin flame, or, maybe not everyone has a twin flame. And that's okay. The real sacred union is between the divine masculine and the divine feminine within ourselves. And we each have both. We each have masculine and feminine traits. And to have divine union, that is to have oneness with Source. That is to be free. And to birth your soul. See my angel? I had that since I was a kid. After my mom died, I found it and I got it back. I love her. She's beautiful. I am in so many different places because I have big dreams, big visions. I've been studying on many things, reading on Earth ships and making Earth structures. I'm thinking high vibrational living and, you know, bringing crystal energy into where we live. I'm thinking about living on ley lines and really harnessing the sacred power and energy of Gaia for maximum healing. I'm thinking about how that's going to look for us, and we are grid workers. We are energetic carriers on Mother Earth, and how the golden age and everything that's about to change in this world, where it can take us. I think that God's got some pretty big plans for us unfolding, that even, you know, our earth selves, we think we can dream it or imagine it, and it's probably even better and bigger than we can perceive in our human meat brains and everything. So, you know, I'm open for surprises and blessings. I love when God surprises me with blessings and all the ways that God does it. I love not knowing everything, but I also want to know everything. You know? It's my earrings. I meant to wear them. Got them from a yard sale. I like them. Reflective. I'm trying not to get at all really attached to outcome, but I know that I would love to be living my dreams right now, you know, but I am. In this other way, I am, is because I know that my home is with God, and that's within me. That's eternal, and no matter where I am in the physical, I have that within me. The human part of myself is like, you know, ready to do this, and feeling impatient at times for how long it's been taking. But, you know, I realize I'm being watched, I'm being tested, and I'm being graded too. And that's cool. And everything. The universe is with me. I know I'm not alone. I know that I've never been alone. I know the divine protection on my life has kept me a little bit more in seclusion and isolation, and I'm okay with that. I understand why it's necessary, and you know that the inner work is more important than the outer work. The inner work is the outer work. So patience is a virtue. I think there's so many different shifting energies, like, you know, age and limitation of the 3D, but, you know, I look really young for 42. And that's pretty amazing, considering everything that I've been through and everything that I've put my body through. past timelines ago. You know, we've done some healing, and you know, we're tired too. We're tired. I think that's another way we feel impatient, is because we've been carrying such weight our whole lives, our whole incarnations, and we have surrendered our lives to God, and God has chosen us to be leaders and protectors and the light. So I'm grateful to be chosen. I'm grateful to be picked. I never thought that this would ever be something that could happen to me in my life, ever. And, you know, there were many times I wanted to give up, or wanted to, like, leave, or, you know, where I thought it was almost over, and somehow I'm here. And I know that's miracles happen to get me here. So, as far as anything, I'm already living miracles, and I know that. Abundance is already flowing through me because God has done everything for my highest growth, for me to be my highest self and to prepare me for my highest mission. So, yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to keep going, and we know and trust that God will make a way for us, as God always has and always will. It was through times in my life where I had the most uncertainty that God showed up for me in big ways. And I knew enough to know that God will always have my back in big ways. The more that I give, the more that I devote myself, the more I serve, the more amazing it's going to be. We're breaking through the third dimension. We are our highest selves, and we know our mission. So be part of it, because we're all part of it energetically. We're all going back to the garden, and going back to living in love and in healing with Divine Mother. She is us and we are her. And we've got to start getting land for God's angels to spread our missions of healing and light into this world, and to start building the free world. We've got to do everything different. We've got to heal ourselves from the matrix and then be reborn as our highest selves. And we get to be creators. You know, as we're going through life with a renewed sense of purpose, we get to be the architects of our garden, of our futures. We are blessings on this earth, and we will continue to be blessed by God and bless others and grow in our mission. They are channeling through me as well and letting me know not to worry, that I've worried enough in my life for you know, I can let that go. I can surrender. I can really trust God and what God is doing. And you know, I love you. I love you, and regardless of what happens next, it's not going to change that. In fact, my love just continues to grow bigger and bigger every day. That's just who I am. I have an enormous heart, and you know, I know that I'm meant to use it and to love, and that it is a powerful force. It is a portal to heaven. Higher dimensions. Love is the way. So, if you feel called to support Infinity Rising, links are below in the description. We are building it. For a brighter future every day. However we can, wherever we are, whatever we do, we are with God. We are the light, and we are the way showers. It's time for us to create new earth and to feel empowered to do so. All of us together as one. I love you guys, and I'll be with you again soon. God bless you.